Robbers have stolen millions using passageways, explosives, and even surfboard repair foam. Why loot a bank? Because the money is there. It's a proverb that is frequently misattributed to American bank thief, Slick Willie Sutton, but it's true nonetheless. Because of all the cash in their vaults and the jewelry, stock certificates, and other valuables they keep in their safe deposit boxes, banks have traditionally been popular targets for thieves. People will go to great lengths to rob a bank, as shown by the heists depicted below. These extremes include the digging of covert tunnels, the detonation of walls, the abduction of bank executives, and the use of surfboard repair foam to disable alarms. One wonders if the surf robbers from the movie Point Break ever considered that. Here are 5 audacious bank robberies where the perpetrators made off with millions of dollars. 1. The Baker Street Bank Heist. In The Red-Headed League, a Sherlock Holmes tale by Arthur Conan Doyle, a gang of men try to rob a bank by digging a tunnel underneath it from a nearby structure. A very similar robbery occurred on the street where the fictional Holmes lived 80 years after the tale was published. In 1971, some robbers in London leased a ground-floor shop close to the Baker Street Lloyds Bank office. The group had learned that the bank had a vault containing safe deposit boxes, and that due to nearby road construction, the alarm sensors on the vault's floor had been disabled, resulting in false alarms. The robbers excavated a tunnel from the rented shop and used it to reach the vault through its floor in early September. In fact, during the robbery, Robert Rowlands, an amateur ham radio enthusiast, caught the robbers conversing on their walkie-talkies and called the authorities. While the robbers were inside, the police checked the vault door at the Baker Street branch, but since it was still locked, they didn't believe anything was wrong. 3 million British pounds, or roughly $7 million at the time and $51 million today, were taken by the thieves. However, one of them made the error of leasing the business from which they excavated the tunnel using his own name, and as a result, he was convicted alongside the other 3 robbery suspects. 2. The United California Bank Heist. In Laguna Niguel, California, on March 24, 1972, a group of robbers forced entry into the United California Bank after receiving information that President Richard Nixon had hidden about $30 million in unlawful campaign funds there. It was the biggest bank robbery in American history at the time when the robbers, who had flown in from Ohio, made off with an estimated $12 million. According to rumors, Jimmy Hoffa, the previous leader of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, had offered the $30 million as a bribe. In 1971, Nixon commuted Hoffa's prison term. Emil Dinzio, the team leader, enlisted his cousin, brother, brother-in-law, and 2 other men to participate in the robbery. According to Dinzio's nephew Harry Barber, who took part in the heist, Nixon was not one of our favorite persons to begin with, he said in a 2019 interview with the Daily Beast. They claimed that Nixon was keeping some cash hidden. We reasoned that he couldn't call out to anyone. To whom is he going to sob? He took it off by himself. The main alarm's interior was sprayed with surfboard repair foam by the 6-person squad in order to disable the bank's alarm system. On a Friday, they detonated dynamite to blow a hole in the bank's ceiling, and they spent the entire weekend searching the vault. Although the FBI ultimately located the robbers, it is still unknown whether the money they took actually came from Nixon's hidden funds. 3. The Northern Bank Heist. In 2004, a gang of masked robbers broke into the homes of 2 bank executives in Northern Ireland on the Sunday before Christmas. The executives, Chris Ward and Kevin McMullen, were both employed by Northern Bank's Belfast offices. In order to force Ward and McMullen to assist them in robbing the bank, the robbers held the families of both men hostage and threatened to murder them if they refused. As instructed by the kidnappers, Ward and McMullen showed up at work the following day as if nothing had occurred. Ward and McMullen unlocked the vault for the kidnappers that evening after the bank closed, and they made off with approximately 26.5 million British pounds, about $42.5 million at the time. Police officers blamed the robbery on the IRA, the Irish paramilitary group that opposes British rule, seemingly without any proof. The ongoing peace process in Northern Ireland within the United Kingdom is hampered by these allegations. However, no one has ever faced charges for the theft in the 18 years since it occurred. 4. The heist at the British Bank of the Middle East. According to Guinness World Records, a gang of robbers staged the largest ever theft of safe deposit boxes in January 1976, during the chaos of the Lebanese Civil War. The British Bank of the Middle East in Beirut was the intended victim. The group used explosives to break through a wall that separated the bank from a Catholic chapel. The thieves stole between $20 and $50 million in gold bars, stock certificates, jewelry, and different currencies after locksmiths unlocked the vault. No one has ever been charged in association with this heist, despite claims made in the British and American media that the robbers had some connection to the Palestine Liberation Organization. 5. The Banco Central heist. In Fortaleza, Brazil, a gang of burglars rented a structure in 2005 under the guise of an artificial turf business. The gang was actually digging a more than 250-foot tunnel to the city's Banco Central bank office instead of creating synthetic turf. The tunnel from the rented structure to the bank was dug by the robbers in about 3 months. The squad broke through the bank floor on the first weekend of August and made off with more than 150 million Brazilian reals, around $70 million at the time. Employees at the bank didn't become aware of the crime until Monday. Luis Fernando Ribeiro, 26, the alleged mastermind of the heist, was taken hostage and held for ransom 2 months later. His kidnappers killed him and dumped his corpse on a road outside of Rio de Janeiro after his family paid $890,000 in ransom. When Ribeiro was abducted and killed, the New York Times noted that some state prosecutors in Brazil suspected police officers may have been involved.